First, I want to start off by saying I disagree with everything you say. Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, and leave trans people alone.
Nobody hates Asians, and when you stop trying to tell people's kids that they should be trans, then maybe we can talk. Now, before I forget, because I always do, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit the sub button if you haven't already, click that bell so you never miss another video, and hit that join button if you absolutely love what you see. Now, today we have a debate that takes a wild turn. A pro-abortion student steps up to challenge Michael Knowles as usual, but what happens next is nothing short of astonishing. She ends up exposing her own contradictions, and Michael does not miss a beat in pointing them out. So let's go ahead and check this conversation out, and as usual, you will catch my thoughts on the other side. Let's man up.
First, I want to start off by saying I disagree with everything you say. Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, and leave trans people alone. Here's my question. Why do you weaponize...
What did I say about the Asians? I don't think I said anything about Asians.
Listen to my question. Why do you weaponize religion to justify your subjective opinions?
How do you think I've done that?
You say that God says, oh, there's men, there's a woman, and just leave that as that. Like, you don't represent religion because we don't live in a country where you can be pure based on your religion. Like, you sin, everyone sins, if we can understand that. So trying to weaponize that against people and try to limit their rights because of what you think God said, God didn't speak to you.
God does speak to me, and he speaks to all of us, and we can read his word in the Bible, and we can go to church. That is true. So what you're objecting to is that I've quoted the Bible, and I've said right there in the early chapters of Genesis, in the beginning God made man, both male and female created he them. And you're saying, Michael, why would you weaponize religion that way? But what have all I've done is just quoted the Bible, and I'd be happy to have a conversation about 2,000 years of church history on this subject, and I'm happy to have a conversation about even pre-biblical or extra-biblical sources on it, on the hylomorphic nature of the human being. I'm happy to do that. That's not a weapon against any people, that's a weapon against falsehood. And so the only way in which I would turn religion into a weapon is against the devil, and that's what we all have to do, because religion is a habit of virtue that renders to God what he deserves. That's the meaning of the word religion. And so I'm just reading the text, and I'm practicing the faith, and I'm telling you what the faith has said for 2,000 years. And you might reject it, but I think that it's true. I think religion is true, and you might think that it's false, and you might have a different set of beliefs, but one of us is, at the very most, one of us is going to be right. And so at the very least, one of us is going to be wrong, and I just happen to be correct about this.
You know, I can respect the confidence, but it's just purely delusion. Okay, I
don't think Christianity is delusional.
I respect religions, I respect people's rights, but trying to limit someone's rights by saying, well, I believe that God said this, so I'm going to block you from doing this, like abortion. People get raped, people get incest, and it's crazy traumatic situations, and it's very hard for a human to ask a human, oh, keep that baby because God said to. That is impossible.
Do you think it's hard to... Do you think it's hard to ask someone, hey, don't murder an innocent person, even if you want to, even if that would be convenient? Because that's what we're saying about
because our fundamental beliefs are different. I don't think it's murder. I think it's that thing in the baby, not the baby, but the uterus.
You just said it. I think you just admitted that I'm right. That's called a Freudian slip, and I think you just proved the point.
Chill out. But the thing in the uterus is not a baby. That's what I was trying to say. It's just a clump of cells. It's a tumor. Okay.
It's a tumor.
And trying to be like, it's a baby. We just have fundamentally different belief systems, and I don't believe that. No, I don't think it's murder. It's not murder.
Right, but the baby unlike a tumor, say, the baby in the womb, it has the DNA of an individual human being that's different from the DNA of the mother, and the baby in the womb has all the characteristics of human life, and the baby in the womb grows, at a very early stage, grows to take on the form of an individual human being, and the baby in the womb, left unmurdered, will grow into a full adult-sized human being, just like you are. So that would seem to be a difference between the baby in the womb and the cancerous tumor. So you're saying, well, I just don't believe that, but you obviously do believe that because you just admitted it, because you called the baby a baby. You don't want to acknowledge that reality because it's inconvenient. And I'm not denying that there are inconveniences in the world, and there's suffering, and there are all sorts of difficult decisions that people have to make, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a right and a wrong answer, and it doesn't even mean that you don't know what it is, because you've admitted that you know what it is.
Now let's set the stage with Proverbs 14:12. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. This verse cuts straight to the heart of what we're dealing with here. People who think that they are justified in their opinions just because it feels right, even when it's dead wrong. This college student walks in armed with the usual buzzwords: Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, leave trans people alone. as if reciting these slogans is a shield against logic. But then we hit the real issue, which is abortion, as usual. And just like that, her entire argument collapses faster than a house of cards. She has the audacity to say it's too difficult to ask a woman to keep a baby conceived under the R word or incest. Too difficult, really. I mean, let's get real. Let's grow up, okay? Since when did difficulty become a legitimate reason to end an innocent life? The moment she utters those words, she's already admitted that convenience trumps morality in her entire world. But here's the kicker. She slips up and calls the unborn child a baby. Not a clump of cells, not a tumor, but a baby. Then, of course, she tries to backtrack, comparing the baby to a tumor, all of the other things that they usually do. But the truth is, it really is out there and it's in your face, and she knows it. That slip was no accident. It was her conscience speaking louder than her ideology ever could. And let's be crystal clear. The truth, it does not care about your feelings or your convenience especially. A baby is a baby, period. Michael Knowles, he doesn't miss a beat. He shines a spotlight on her inconsistency, and she's left scrambling to make sense of her own words. But you cannot unsay the truth once it's been spoken. That baby has its own DNA, its own unique identity. Everything that makes a distinct human life is already there. Ignoring that reality is not just intellectually dishonest, but it's morally bankrupt. What this whole exchange showed is the sheer hypocrisy of the pro-abortion argument. They scream about human rights and justice while stripping away the most fundamental right of all, the right to life, from the most defenseless among us, and it's pathetic. They can't see, or maybe they refuse to see the contradiction, but it's staring them right in the face. And let's get one thing straight. Standing up for the truth isn't weaponizing religion. It's defending the very principles that uphold justice and morality. That hasn't changed. The only thing that got weaponized here was the truth, and it sliced right through every single one of her weak arguments like a hot knife through butter. She might keep denying reality, but that doesn't change a thing. As John 8:32 tells us, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Well, that truth was laid bare right in that conversation, and now she's got to live with it. So what's the bottom line? You can run from the truth, but you can't hide from it. And in the end, it's the truth that wins every single time. Hey guys, I pray to God that you liked the video, and if you did, please type amen in the comment section if you agree, and if you don't, go ahead and leave those comments also. Just keep it respectful. As always, please don't forget to like the video, hit the sub button, share the video, and smash that bell for event notifications, guys, so you never miss a new video. If you love what you see and you want to become a channel sponsor, you can hit that join button where the sponsorship trailer will explain the different tier options and the perks that you'll get as a result of joining each individual plan. Also, don't forget to check out our merch store, as I've recently added a ton of new merchandise to the store, and I would love to see nothing more than to see some of you guys wearing the Cross Unit logo out there in the wild. Lastly, the link to my Buy Me a Coffee is there as well. Of course, you're not required to do any of that. Just having you here with me is more than enough, and I am extremely grateful to God for your fellowship. As always, guys, be safe, be good, and be blessed. Remember that Jesus is King and the literal only way to heaven. So for those of you who haven't started a relationship with him yet, please consider it, because when he comes back for his people, it's gonna happen just like this.